Good morning, everybody. This is Ramesh. Currently, I'm pursuing a BTech in mobile application and cloud technology from Agin Credit University. Today, I will be talking about my project which I was working on. Let's start. The project which I was working on is named as WhatsApp Stock Market Bot. I have introduced myself and also I would like to thank my mentor, Shrigundla ma'am, for guiding me throughout my whole project journey. Let's see the table of content which I will be talking about in for a few minutes so that you can have an idea and overview what I will be discussing. Firstly, I will start with an introduction, then what are the existing systems in the market, what are the problems with them, what is the proposed system, what is the architecture of my project, some DFDs, then use case diagrams, what are the exact hardware and software specification I have used, timelines I have followed, screenshots of my project as of now, what is going to be the impact on the society, pros and cons as well of my project, and I will end my presentation with conclusion and reference as well. Let's begin. Introduction of my project. So, as by the name WhatsApp Stock Market Bot, you have got an idea, right? Basically, it's a bot where it's a bot and kind of a conversation bot where you will not feel like you're talking to a bot. It's kind of you will feel like a human, and whatever the features are that the bot, you will be able to use it with the chatting option. Sounds amazing. Let's see more. And what are the existing system in the market? So you see, I have shown on the screen there are two apps which kind of do the similar thing which I am trying to build. First one is the swing trade bot, stock screener and smart workplace, and the second one are the stock screener tools. Now you might complain, bro, this is a high advanced level app. Yes, you are. They are advanced, but kind of they are also doing the same thing which I'm able to do. And the problem, yeah, so like not the problem. I will discuss problem further few next slide. But these are the two which do the same thing. They are basically bots, but you have to download the app. So what are the problems with that, right? As I already shown the screen, first is the ads. Nobody likes ads, right? Even I hate ads. But what can you do? Developer needs to earn money. So he puts ad and again that is not a good like nobody loves that. Second, the complex UI. Like the UI is so heavy, it requires a good internet. Then only it works. Otherwise, it doesn't work. And also, to move within the app, it takes it takes few minutes. But nobody likes that. Nowadays, we are very fast. We want things to work faster. The third is 14-day trial period. Now, what happens is once you download the app, starting from that day till 14 days, you gonna use the app fully. But after the 14 days, you are not able to use the app. So again, that is not a good thing, right? You have to move to the subscription phase, and everybody not buy the subscription, right? Out of 10 people, only few people will buy the subscription. But what about the rest people? So again, that was a problem. And there are some features which are not related to the stocks that were provided in the app. So again, that was not a good thing. So these were the few problems with the existing system in the market. Now what is the solution? So after seeing the existing system and the problems, I came up with an idea to build a conversation bot where you don't feel like you're talking to a bot, you will feel like kind of a human you're talking to. With with trending technology nowadays we have and through APIs. If you don't know what API is, just Google it, you will get to know. It's really an amazing thing. So I'm using firstly the WhatsApp so you don't need to download any extra app. Then the Twilio APIs for the messaging service, Python as a programming language. Within the few lines of code, the magic happens. And the Flask web framework. How I'm going to be doing, I will share the same in further few minutes. So let's see. Let's see the architecture of a project so then you can have an idea how it looks like. So you see this is how things are looking like. You have WhatsApp, you have Twilio. Twilio is an API service, a messaging API service. Then I have Python as a programming language, Flask as a web framework, and Market Stack for providing the stock details. So this is an architecture how things are connected. Let's see more. Now DFT. Let's see how data is going to be flowing. So firstly, what is going to happen? Firstly, the user will send a message to the Twilio provided sandbox account. First thing first, here, like when the user sends the message, it will receive it by the Twilio. Twilio will receive the message. Now once Twilio receives the message, Twilio was going to do, it will call the register webhooks, the Flask framework, the register webhooks, and it will send the data. It will do its work. And what's going to happen next? Once Willow calls its webhooks, Flask app will receive the request. As I already mentioned, the Flask framework, it will receive the request. Now, once, sorry for that. Once Flask app receives the request, what is it going to do? It is going to call now Market Stack API to get the details and all. And once the Market Stack knows that okay, user is asking for this detail, it's going to fetch from data and it will share the same. So you see, this is how things gonna be working. Like firstly, it will start with the WhatsApp, the Twilio to Python to Market Stack, and then the reverse. The Market Stack API will then share the details to the web framework. Web framework will send to the Twilio, and Twilio will share the same with WhatsApp. This is how things gonna work very smoothly. You may not able to understand, don't worry. We will let's see more in the use case diagram. Let's check out the use case diagram. So first, we need a user, right? So let's call user Ramesh. So here we have a user Ramesh. Now user Ramesh really liked my project and he like, buddy, I really want to use that. How I'm gonna use? Like, let me know the steps how I can use that. First thing first. Let's see the steps first. Firstly, you wanna need a WhatsApp. Yes, you got it right. As the technology built in the WhatsApp, you do need a WhatsApp. If you don't have, you can download it. It's absolutely free. Second thing, you have to subscribe, you have to save the bot number, or you have to send a message so that the the connection can be built, right? Without the connection, I can't share the details, right? So once you have to build a connection with the bot so that the bot can start sending you the message. So second, what you're gonna do, you're gonna subscribe to the bot, also send a message. And third, you are done. You just have to send a hi, and you are good to go. It's easy, right? If you've done just 3 steps, you are good to go. Now let's see what are the exact hardware and software you use. Let's say you got excited and you are thinking to build the same. Here I'm sharing the same so that you can also build the same. As for the software part, you will need, like I have used the Python programming language. No, the Python is really amazing. Right? Within the few lines of code, the magic really happens. You don't have to write a hefty code. Second, PyCharm, sorry, right? PyCharm. Now, PyCharm I used as an interior development environment to build this app. Right? Like for Android we use Android Studio, right? For Apple we use, I guess I forgot about it. Xcode maybe, okay, I forgot about it. I'm really sorry for that. You need an ID, right? So for the same, I have used PyCharm. Windows has my operating system, WhatsApp has a messaging app, Android or iOS, any operating system you can use it. This is the software part. And for the hardware, I have used specifically 8 GB of RAM, but you can, 4 GB is recommended. 2 GB is also fine, but 4 GB should be there. Hard disk space can be anything, mine with a 1 GB, and a smartphone you do require. So you have to test the same, right? So these are the few software and the hardware requirements which you need to build the same. So let's see the timeline. So I started my project building January 20th. Then I started building it. Then I started the testing as well. And finally, I'm planning to publish the same on the 20th of April. As I mentioned, the test cases. You'll be wondering, okay, what are the test cases in this scenario, right? Let's see. Now, the test cases are firstly connecting with the bot. Now, you might be wondering, okay, Ramesh, this doesn't sound a hard thing, right? But it sometimes when you're building an app, there are many problems comes up. So I have to make sure that the user is able to connect with the bot. So again, what was the thing? Firstly, the test case was to is user is able to connect to the bot. Then what was the functionality to check whether user is able to connect to the bot. And what was the result? Yes, absolutely, user is able to connect to the bot. What was the second test case? Is accepting user request. Is bot able to accept the user request? Right now, okay, you subscribe to the bot, but now is bot able to subscribe? Like is bot able to send you the message? And what is the functionality to check that is bot exchanging the grading messages? So once it started exchanging grading messages, you are clear that okay, I'm connected to the bot and now I can get what I want. Again, we tested good, it's working. So it is the exchange of information to check whether bot is able to share the message which the user wants. Let's say if I'm asking for something and if it's not sharing, again that's a problem, right? So again I have to check that also. So these were the few test cases which I followed and they all worked very pretty finely. Not at the first, but at the last yard, this was very problem. So these are the few test cases which I followed. This is a screenshot of my project at the beginning level, and in the month of January when I started it. So you see how it's looking, right? Now this is the end result. You see, once you start the bot, you just type in the welcome. Then okay, now in the bot, what there are some, as you see, it may also have like I may have tried to give the conversation, but still bot is a bot, right? It's not a human. So he needs some certain specific words, then only it can be started. So let's say in my thing, you have to type hi, then only the bot will start replying. So let's say you're typing anything, let's say you're typing your name, it will pop up a message which will say, please type hi to get started. So you see when I type welcome, it pop up the message, please type hi to get started. And once I typed hi, it replied me the message, hello, welcome to stock market bot. Type the company symbol and you will get the price. So I typed the company symbol Apple and I got the result, right? So this is how things will look like. So what is going to be the impact on the society? First of all, whoever is in the stock market, they're gonna love it because they're getting it into the WhatsApp only, right? It sounds amazing because you don't have to download any extra app, you don't have to pay anything, and you are getting the details at a fingertip. That's amazing, and also you do not require any extra knowledge for it to work on it. Because there are sometimes what happens is there are apps which does require some other person to explain us like how to use the feature and also that we can make the most out of it. But in my scenario, you do not require anything. You can do it by your own self. And as I'm using the WhatsApp, so you see WhatsApp is the end-to-end encryption, so your data is private. I'm not storing anything. The moment you start, it started building, like it starts the conversation, and the moment you leave, everything is destroyed. So nothing is being stored. Sorry for that. Okay, now let's check out what are the pros and cons, right? First, I will start with the pros. First is you heard it right. Do not have to download any extra app. Sounds amazing. Second, get the details of more than 70 plus stocks and not within the India but outside India also. Third, join the bot is simple as I already told you. You just have to subscribe to the bot and sign hi and you are good to go. Now as we have mentioned the pros, there are cons as well. Now, what are the cons? Let's discuss. First, WhatsApp is compulsory. Now let's say you're a guy who haven't have WhatsApp and you are like nobody, I can't download the WhatsApp. I'm really sorry, but I can't. It does require WhatsApp to have. So again, that is it can be con also, it may be not, but yeah. And second, he or she needs to know symbol of the stock company. So as you see, I've shown the previous slide. I tapped a symbol name, right? AAPL. Now you'll be wondering, okay, Apple spelling is APPLE, and why I'm writing AAPL? Now that is what the Apple company's symbol code is. You do know, you are required that to know. If you don't know, nothing to be worried about. You can get it on Google search, right? But again, that is a thing which I was able to, like, which I want you should know about my project. So these were the few pros and cons of my project. Let's conclude the presentation. So as you see, as I have shown you the whole thing, there were some like it was overall process was very good. There were some things which were tough, but at the end things got easy and yeah. So as a conclusion, I can count the point like in proper analysis of my positive points and constraint of my system. Things are working as per the fine. Installation and hassle-free task. You will require internet for the first time also and later part also because as you see it's all on the tech. So you do require an internet and the user front is very user friendly, right? You don't need any specialized training for that. What are the future work? Let's say I made my project public and people started using it and it started getting the users, more users. I can add more functionalities to it. I can apply machine learning as well. And I can what I can do is I can also bring the platform to other platform as well. The messenger as we see Facebook Messenger is also a same kind of thing. So I can also bring it to that thing. References I use are very best friend Google for all my problems and all things, and my friends as well to guide me throughout, and my mentor as well. I hope you like my presentation. Thank you very much. Signing off. This is Ramesh. Have a nice day.